We're at the Salvation Army Youth Councils in Chesapeake, Virginia. This is the annual gathering of youth in the Salvation Army for the National Capital and Virginia Division. With us we have Major Theresa Newsome. She is the Divisional Secretary for Youth for the Salvation Army in the National Capital and Virginia area. Thanks so much for joining us, Major.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Major, let's get to know you a little bit. How long have you been a Salvation Army officer?
I've been a Salvation Army officer for 23 years.
And how long have you been Divisional Secretary for the National Capital and Virginia Division?
I've been in the youth department for 4 years, but I'm on my 5th year now as the Divisional Youth Secretary. My husband and I work together, but now he is in another department, and I'm in charge of the youth department.
What are some of the exciting things that you've been able to do and learned and had the opportunity to work with as your time working with youth?
I love working with youth. Some of our highlights are camp, youth councils. We have this annually. We have spiritual retreats throughout the year at our camp for our teenagers and youth. And the music department is one of our big events too. We have rehearsals every month and performances, and it's just a great department to be in.
Tell us a little bit about youth councils. What happens here? How many youth are we going to have here? And what goes on? We've seen inside it's a pretty elaborate setup. What happens over these 2.5, 3 days?
Well, Youth Councils is an annual event that we have each year, usually around March, and it's for our young people, our teenagers that attend the Salvation Army Corps and youth programs. And we'll have about 510 young people and young adults attend this event, and it's a spiritual retreat for them, and it's just a wonderful event for our young people, one that they look forward to every year.
Now, the children that we have here, or the youth, that we have participating in youth councils, you said they're core members in the National Capital and Virginia Division. What these young men and women are the future of the Salvation Army, future officers. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, most of these kids attend our church on Sundays, and then we have activities, character building activities through the week, and they attend those. And youth councils, we have breakout sessions tomorrow that helps them grow in their faith and helps them with leadership in the Corps. You know, a lot of our young people don't just go to church. They're teaching our Sunday school classes, teaching our Adventure Corps, and some being character building programs. And, you know, we want to start out young so that we don't lose these young people to the church. So.
Now, we're at youth councils right now, but coming up in the summer months, we're going to have camp. Explain to us a little bit about your role and some of the programming that we can expect from summer camps.
Well, I run Camp Happy Land. I mean, who would not want to go to Camp Happy Land? It's located in Richardsville, Virginia, and we have about 1,200 kids that attend during the summer. We have girl programs and boy scouting programs. We have a music conservatory that lasts 4 weeks. It's just a great time. Lots of outdoor activities, but also character building and Bible study, and the kids just love camp.
Now, the difference that we may have between camp and youth councils, correct me if I'm wrong, is that some of the children that we see for camp are from at-risk families and at-risk homes, more so than some of the children that we have at youth councils. Talk a little bit about the importance of those children getting to a Salvation Army summer camp.
We start with our camp programs age 7, and we'll have kids come from rural Virginia up to kids that live in Washington, D.C. in the inner city, and just coming to that kind of atmosphere. You know, I was one of those kids. I wouldn't leave home except for to go to camp. You know, that was like my vacation, just to get away and to be outdoors and to go swimming, have 3 meals a day. I mean, for some kids, that's a lot in the summertime, and it's just a great getaway for the kids.
How many children do we expect for the Salvation Army camps over the summer?
We do 200 a week. That's our capacity, and we pretty much fill that every week, and we'll do 6 weeks of camp this summer.
Well, great. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. Do you have anything you want to say that we may not have asked you?
No, we just love, I love working in the Salvation Army and love working with the young people and just changing their lives so that they can be better for the community and better for the world.
Thank you very much. Major Theresa Newsome, Divisional Secretary for the Salvation Army National Capital and Virginia Division, Divisional Secretary of Youth.